archery is a multi-billion-dollar business. In fact, in 2009, the New York Times reported that with the help of pickup artistry, Axe brand of products brought in $72 million in just 1 year by targeting 21-year-old men with the lure of beautiful women. Now, pickup artistry can be used as a social advantage and as a social weapon. And because it is a speaking technique, it crosses different social scenarios. So it gives us things that we can use in everyday life, and being aware of how it works can keep us out of impending danger. According to Green and Elfers and the Art of Seduction, they say that pickup artistry is used everywhere, from politics to advertising to any field you can think of. And that's why today I want to talk to you about how pickup artistry is used as a social advantage in dating and job interviews and as a weapon by date rapists and organized serial killers. So first off, pickup artistry can help you in dating and job interviews. Let's take a look at this guy. His name is Adam Lyons. Adam Lyons was your average, everyday computer geek. In fact, he once spent 4 days straight playing the computer game Dungeons & Dragons. And then he read the book The Game by Neil Strauss. Adam Lyons began to date 14 girls simultaneously. He is now an expert dating coach, and he's married. According to Mystery in his book, The Mystery Method, he talks about how communication is an effective form of distraction. Now, what that means is, if you actively engage someone in conversation, they're more likely to think about what you're talking to them about instead of why you're talking to them. Now, Beth Coet, in an article for Fortune magazine, talks about 3 tips to have a successful job interview. And they were: know your predecessors, liars don't get hired, and take advantage of the unprepared. Vince Galanco, a radio personality, said it was these things, this mix between business and seduction, which is called business seduction, that helped him create the lasting impression that the HR personnel said they were looking for. Now, Mystery, in his book, The Mystery Method, also gives 3 more tips, among others, on how to have successful dating, and they were: to ask questions to keep the person engaged, to keep it real, and to use vulnerability to create comfort. According to datingrelationship.adviceformen.com, the way we act in a job interview parallels very similarly to the way that we act when we're on a date. And as you guys can see here, the tips that you were given on how to have a successful date are very close to the tips given to you on how to have a successful job interview. So we're all going to date, and we're all going to go on job interviews. And pickup artistry can help us create those lasting impressions. They can help us network, and they can help us make love connections we didn't even know were possible. So we can see the benefits of pickup artistry, but there's also the dark side. Pickup artistry can be used as a social weapon by date rapists and organized serial killers. And Ted Bundy is probably one of the best examples of that. Ted Bundy was highly intelligent, however he was a law school dropout, and he drove around in his little buggy, and he would approach women in broad daylight and simply say, "Hi, my name is Ted. Nice to meet you." Ted Bundy confessed to raping and murdering 35 women, and he is suspected of murdering over 100. Now, according to the Date Rape edition of Crime and Issue 2007, researchers took a study of 1,000 cases of date rape, and they found that only 2% of those cases were date rape drugs actually used. So what does that mean? Date rapists depend solely, or in large part, on their preferred sedative is the victim impairing themselves. And how do they do that? According to David Lyons with the University of Massachusetts, date rapists use charm to gain the trust of their victims. Now, I focus on organized serial killers, and by definition, these guys lure their victims with socialization. They have above-average IQs, they are methodical in planning, and they often have families. Now, 85% of the world's serial killers are right here in the United States. And that's to say that they are here and they depend on us being social. Now, if you don't believe that, let's take a look at Dorothea Puente. Dorothea Puente was described as benevolent. She was the nicest, sweetest old lady you could ever meet. And she also killed 7 residents by drugging them. She buried them in her rose garden, and then she stole their money. Or let's take a look at Kenny Bianchi. He was described as charming, handsome, fast-talking, the ultimate friendly security guard. and then he strangled 11 women and left them on the hillside in Los Angeles. We think of date rapists and organized serial killers as these distant dangers, but in reality, they're not always that obvious creep. So whether we're talking about dating or job interviews, date rapists or serial killers, they all using the same technique, and that is knowing what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. So, as I said before, pickup artistry has a good side as a social advantage, and it has a dark side when it's used as a weapon. So before I leave, I would like to leave you with one more pickup line to avoid for the road. Do you believe in love at first sight, or have to walk by you again? Thank you.